Hello, Rockstars, and welcome to our very first Longarm Preparatory graduation. This has been the first year of Longarm Prep. We have had 3 cohorts so far, and I am so excited to celebrate our graduates today. We've got our first cohort is a small one, and it's a small and mighty group that have worked so hard on their Longarm Prep skills. So if you are here, if you're with us live, say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I already see Belinda is here. Amy, Alicia, hello. And y'all, this is going to crack you up. This time I have a little mini bottle of champagne for when we get to that part of our celebration. And y'all, I've never opened one of these before, and it looks different. So this is going to be fascinating. It might go terribly wrong. We're going to get to find out together. But first, I want to show off all of y'all's work. So like I said, if you are here, say hi in the chat, and I'm going to throw these slides up so that we can go ahead and begin our lovely little celebration today. Gail, welcome. Huzzah. Deborah, I'm so glad you're here. Mary, wonderful. All right. So as I mentioned, this is the very first graduation from Longarm Preparatory that we've ever had the delight of hosting here at String and Story. And I'm excited to celebrate our winter, was it spring or summer, and fall cohorts. I probably should have checked on that. Hello, Deb. Deb, y'all got so much snow this week. So Laurel, who helps with customer service on Team Rockstar, lives in South Dakota, and she was racing that snowstorm home earlier this week. And wow, y'all got so much snow. Absolutely incredible. Please stay safe and warm. All right. Now, before we dive in, as always, I want to review the qualities of a quilting rockstar. Now, we usually go over these inside of the FMQA graduation, but they are every bit as true of the rockstars who are graduating from Longarm Preparatory today. Now, Longarm Preparatory is a really special class because it's designed for when you're getting started on your longarm, right? You have just said yes to this big old machine in your space, and then you have to figure out what to do with it, all right? And for a lot of rockstars, and I got an email to this effect literally this week of, I have my big old long arm, but now I'm scared of it and I don't know what to do next, right? So we're very literally facing some fears with this course, and they are physically manifested in a big old machine. So the qualities of a quilting rockstar: these rockstars have demonstrated a willingness to do the work to make progress on their quilting skills. Nothing is mastered overnight, and they stick with it as they are doing the practice. These rockstars have demonstrated a dedication to giving themselves grace when the practice is messy. I'm sure that every single one of the rockstars graduating today has had that dreaded moment of advancing the long arm only to realize that something went wrong with the tension and that it wasn't visible until we advanced the long arm and could see the back of the quilt, right? And just recognizing that sometimes that happens and having grace for those moments. These rockstars have demonstrated joy in celebrating accomplishments and finished projects. Gail in particular, I want to shout Gail out. Gail is local to me, and she loves to come into String and Story on Main, and she brings her projects, and we unroll them over the stairs, and we do a little dance, and that joy permeates not just Gail's quilting, but the rest of this cohort as well, and it's so exciting to get to celebrate that. These rockstars have demonstrated a commitment to encouraging others on their journey, of helping each other out by answering questions, of cheering for one another as they've been tackling the process, and taking the time just to comment and like and all the things on each other's photos inside the Facebook group. That kind of camaraderie is absolutely priceless. And these rockstars have demonstrated even more, broadly than that, a delight in quilting community and that camaraderie. And I love seeing these rockstars show up in person and online time and time again, sharing their work, cheering for one another. And that joy and that perseverance and that grace and that encouragement, those are really valuable qualities. And those are valuable qualities far beyond the quilting frame, even as we are celebrating them on the quilting frame today. So, my dear rockstars, I have the amazing delight of presenting the very first Longarm Prep graduating class of December 2022. Are you ready to see their work? Let me see some what's the emoji for like a drum roll? Is there a little drum emoji? Let me see some drum emojis. Let me see some firework emojis. Let me see some grins, some cheers. I want to see it in the chat. Deb says first snow was 10 inches and the second snow had 5 inches following rain and ice. And then the wind came. Oh my goodness. 100% time to quilt. Instead of champagne, might I suggest some hot chocolate? Maybe put a little Bailey's in it, Drum roll. All right. First up, we have Amy Friend in Quito. Amy from Quito, I'm so excited to get to celebrate you. And y'all, I just have to say, I fell down the rabbit hole of Amy's Instagram this week, and it was a really fun rabbit hole. Amy, your work is absolutely stunning. Amy went above and beyond with this project. I believe I assigned a sampler of 9 blocks, and Amy was like, I have a fully custom quilt I'm putting on the frame. Will that do? Congratulations, Amy. Next up, we have Mary Bryant. Congratulations, Mary. I love this quilt, and I love the way that you took this challenge by the horns and got this quilted up. It is absolutely stunning. Well done, Rockstar. Also, I love your little doggo in the background. Perfect little touch. And y'all, I try to say this at the beginning and I always forget. If there's any story or meaning or significance behind your quilt, your fabrics, any piece of this, share your stories in the chat as I'm calling names, okay? Next up, we have Deb Debbick. Woo! Way to go, Deb. Deb, I love that we got to see 2 pieces of your work here. These are beautiful specimens. Well done, Rockstar. I want to know, how did we quilt? Because I can't see it super well on this photo. How do we quilt the center section of the quilt on the right? Because that looks like some really fun and tricky rolling back and forth. And I love that you tackled that. That sounds amazing. So tell me more. Tell me more. I mean, you've been snowed in, right? So you've had all the, no, I'm kidding. It's gonna be like, you had all this time. But I'm like, no, the snow's new. Beautiful work, Rockstar. Congratulations. Next up, we have Nicole Reed. Woo! Way to go, Rockstar. Oh, and we get a peek at the back of your quilt. This is really fun. So Nicole took 2 different panels from the Quilting Rockstar panel collection. And she added, let me see, it looks like we've got some like setting borders around each block. We have our sashing. We've got piano keys in the border. This is stunning, Nicole. I love this work. Way to go, Rockstar. Beautiful, creative, fun. Huzzah. Next up, we have Sophie Finch. Woo! Way to go, Sophie. Sophie, I also love your use of these piano keys. These show up in several of our quilts today. And I am really, really, really delighting in watching y'all use these panels in creative ways. I think Longarm Prep lends itself particularly well to that. So way to go, Sophie. Absolutely stunning. Next up, we have Terry Hunsberger. Woohoo! I love your color choice on here, Terry. So not only do I love the quilting texture, of course, I love that you decided to use one of the placemats. I just think, or one of the table runners. I think that's so cool. But I also really love your color choice of using the gold for the sashing and the inner border. And I believe it's your binding as well. But then that white in the middle, it gives it like a luminescence. Right? I think my inclination is often to put a darker border around as a frame, but sometimes that can really make the quilt feel heavier. I love the way you made this quilt just be lifted and light and stunning. Absolutely incredible job. I love it so much. Way to go, Terry. Next up, we have Gail Musker. Gail, I want to hear the story in the chat of you finishing this quilt because I'm going to butcher it as I retell it. Gail came in yesterday to show me this quilt. It's magnificent. I love the use of the placemats. I love the use of the piano keys. I love your color choices. I love the pop of orange in the corner. Everything about it, stunning. Gail also did this on a hoop frame. So those of you who may be here who are like, does all of this work on a hoop frame? Yes, Gail is great evidence of that. She practiced her like top floating technique with this. Awesome. But Gail was hustling to finish this and just, jumped outside to grab a picture on her way to her next thing. And I just love that. Gail, I love that dedication. So thank you so much for sharing. Next up, we have Anna Sitterly. Way to go, Anna. I love this. What a beautiful little quilt. We've got one more photo we'll get to see in a second of this quilt. And just stunning, stunning work. And I'm assuming this is the block, a close-up of your block. What a cool fabric. Love, love, love. Let's see. Gail says, as I was going to do it, I got COVID and then got busy, but you know what? She still got it done. Gail was committed, and I really like that. Way to go, Gail. So, my dear rock stars, already we've arrived at popping the champagne, and already I am realizing that I don't know how to open this. So I'm going to wrestle with this, and while I do that, I'm going to talk, and we're going to see what happens. Oh, I got it. Ready? I don't know if it's going to pop or not. Oh, that was a letdown of a pop. Pop! Cheers to you, rock stars. Oh, Anna, that's you, Gnome Gato. Now I know. So cheers to you, rock stars. Cheers to your hard work of tackling that. Oh, this is perfectly like a glass. Look how cute that is. Cheers to you, rock stars, and all of your hard work, your dedication. I specifically want to shout y'all out as well, because all of you, this is the first year that Longarm Prep has existed. And so each cohort that went through this year got the opportunity to kind of give me feedback on how to continue improving the course. And at some point, I look forward maybe even to like adding to it, but even just improving how we've delivered the course and what works as far as your experience of it. Thank you for being part of these early cohorts. Free Motion Quilting Academy has existed for quite a minute at this point. And so it's less dramatic with that course now, but this is still a very new course. And I really appreciate y'all going on that journey of something new with me. So cheers to you, your dedication in your quilting practice, and also your commitment to just being part of this community and the ongoing growth of this quilting education. So y'all are absolutely incredible. I love these samplers. Let me see. Gail says, Deb says all the quilts are wonderful. I agree. Gail says, took Sunday and Monday to quilt, finished trimming at 2:45, made dinner, went to a performance an hour and a half away. I then uploaded the pic that my husband took while waiting at rehearsal before performance. I love it. She's balancing her crafts here. We've got music on the one hand and quilting on the other. Melanie says, sadly, I didn't get to graduate as I was busily finishing Christmas gifts, but I'll get there after the holidays. Yes. For those of you, there are quite a few of you who are in Longarm Prep that didn't graduate this time around. And it might be that for you, it just isn't your cup of tea. But for those of you like Melanie who are looking forward to that opportunity, it will absolutely come again, as we will have a new graduation in the new year. All right. Let's see. Deb says, I did a lot of knot tying. I did this before taking the class and I learned many tricks I had no idea about. Deb, that is incredible. I love that. So for those of you who may be here, I may be wondering how you could be part of this Longarm Quilting Rockstar community as well. Maybe you just got a long arm from going to the International Quilt Festival. Maybe you're getting a long arm for Christmas and you're saying, I want to make sure I know how to use this when this big old machine arrives. Of course, I would like to invite you to Longarm Preparatory. Now, Longarm Preparatory is not enrolling right now. Our next enrollment is going to be in February, but I want to make sure you have the opportunity to kind of know what the course is about, make a decision of if it's right for you, and get your name on the wait list. So before I do that, I want to show a little bit more of Anna's work as well as Anna's word. She said, this course gave me the confidence to jump right in and learn my long arm that I had recently purchased. I bought it because I make a lot of child-sized donation quilts and wanted to be able to quilt them and volunteer my quilting services to help others finish and donate quilt tops. So far, I've done all over patterns and various designs and one semi-custom pattern. I feel with this course, I would have gotten discouraged. Without this course, I would gotten discouraged and not put my machine to good use. I'm so happy I invested in myself and purchased this course. Anna, that is incredible. Thank you so much for your generosity with your time and skills as well. That is absolutely incredible. Sophie says, I've been long arming for 5 years, but fully self-taught. I learned so many tips and tricks as well as the knowledge that I was doing most of it right. Isn't it nice how reassuring that can be? Sometimes you just need that reassuring of like, oh yeah, this is the way to do it. Okay. Between this course and FMQA, I now have the confidence to take in customer quilts, not just friends, and I can now express my creativity with confidence. Thank you, Holly Ann and support crew. You've opened up the whole new wonderful world for me, and I now have the confidence in my own ability. Sophie, that's incredible. What a treat to be part of your journey. Oh my gosh. So y'all, Longarm Preparatory is all about helping you feel confident on your longarm quilting machine and to quilt on a frame. This course is for you if you've had your longarm for a minute but still don't feel comfortable using it very often, you've been trying to use your longarm but get frustrated, or you're just too darn scared to even plug it in. And I love what Sophie said, that she's actually had it for a minute. It wasn't necessarily that everything in the course was brand new to her, but it helped her be reassured that she's doing things in a way that works, right? In a valid way. And there's several different ways to do things on a long arm, right? But that she's doing them a correct way. Sometimes it's just really reassuring. So the course includes 5 professionally recorded video units teaching you foundations of loading your quilts, adjusting your tension, and navigating your quilting plan in just a few weeks. This is a pretty quick course, right? I want to get you up and moving on that long arm. A bonus unit of loading and quilt demos, a course workbook, and access to an exclusive Facebook group for our live Q&As, as well as support and community with and from your fellow rock stars. And of course, lifetime access to all of the above. So tuition for Longarm Preparatory is $197. It'll be reopening in 2023. But if you want to go ahead and get your name on the wait list, you can head to stringandstory.com/longarm prep. And we'll make sure that you are one of the first to get an email when we're enrolling this super fun class again. All right. I'm dropping the link in the chat. So just a little bit of information for those of you who maybe are here that aren't in the course yet. But most of all, I want to say huzzah to our incredible long arming rock stars. By the way, we are having graduation pins made for you. They are not here yet, but we'll get those shipped out as soon as they arrive. And I'm just so thankful for each one of you. Thanks for letting me be part of your long arming journey. And thank you for being part of my journey of continuing as a quilting educator. Y'all are phenomenal. Happy holidays. And if you have time, I will be live again at 4:30, welcoming new folks into Free Motion Quilting Academy. So you might just pop over there for a little bit more fun. So I'll see you then. Congratulations, rock stars. You are incredible. What beautiful, beautiful work. Cheers.